Sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button and turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying a very big shout out to every one of you for the love, the support you will shower me here with. I am grateful, and you all are super sweet. I have actually posted something like this on nceling, but this is actually a different one entirely, but it's because it's actually white people canceling themselves this time around. It's about a video Sh0ck actually made, and he was saying that black people they are privileged, they have this, they have that, and they cannot use what they have and the rest of it, saying that why do they have to pay reparations? Why do they have to bring money when he to tell you how DUMB he is. He does not know that the money actually ain't supposed to come from his own wallet. It is the government that is supposed to pay for it. And he is saying, why do I have to bring up money from my pocket to pay for reparations? And nobody's asking you to pay reparations. The government are the ones that should know that they are supposed to pay reparations. So black community got nothing to do with you. So you all stop flaunting yourselves all the time, wanting to talk about black community and what black people are going through when you do not know anything that is going on in black community. And he got the nerves to actually say that they should monitor what is going on in that community, why they are all going around impregnating people and all that. Like, are you being real? That what is going on in my community is also not going on in your own community? Huh? You all the time look for a way to gaslight yourselves, not even black people. Wait, where do I even start from? He talked about Asians. Are Asians not also minority? Why are they always not complaining? Do we have the same history with Asians? Do we? Or do I have to remind you people that it is your own, the privilege you all still have that you use to flood black community with Asians, the stores, the food they send and all that? You want to talk about black community? Let's get into this video.
In reparations for people that are
so
in a
white man.
Well, what do you know? A black person shares their feelings and their thoughts and their experience on reparations, and what does the right-wing propagandist do? Centers themselves into conversations. Me. I, the white man. Immediately making the conversation about himself. What could he possibly be afraid of?
To play for black people. Why?
I should have known. He's worried about a black person stealing his piece of the pie. The textbook talking points, the politics of white supremacy, the narrative that white people today are paying black people for the sins of our ancestors, rather than telling the truth that reparations is about holding the United States government accountable for the egregious acts that they've committed against the black community, from slavery to Reconstruction to convict leasing to Jim Crow segregation to robbing them of generational wealth and keeping them out of the housing market. Reparations is not white people paying black people. It's United States citizens supporting with their tax dollars, no matter what race you are. Black people pay into this as well. All races pay into this, into taxes, and using that money to support a demographic that was the victim of egregious atrocities committed by the United States government. But please, by all means, continue.
It's a really selfish thing you
just
said.
Hold on. Why should I have...
That's a really non-empathetic thing to
Wait,
say.
why should I have empathy for a race? Why should the white students here have to work harder to pay for black kids? What is that all about?
Wait a second. He asked the question, why should he have empathy for a race, then proceeds to show empathy for white people? We can't make this up. These are the conservative contradictions. Why should those poor white kids have to work so much harder and pay into welfare for those lazy black people?
Is it the white man's fault that black men started to abandon the women?
It's a bigger problem.
No, blacks need to take responsibility for the women that they impregnate, not blame the white man.
Racial tropes and stereotypes of the fatherless homes in America. Did you know that 1 in 3 black males carry a convicted felon label? Do you think that black males are inherently evil or have the proclivity to commit crime? Or is there a larger system at play that targets the young black male demographic? Not to mention all the negative connotations and myths surrounding black women, victim blaming, and here we are at the intersectionality of racism and sexism again, in which black women have been demonized and criminalized and victimized more than any other group or demographic in the United States of America.
Why didn't it affect the Asians? Why did the Asians do so well? America.
Now we shift gears into our next talking point, the classic Asian model minority myth. If the black people could just be like the Asians. It is a tool, it is a move in the politics of white supremacy to use Asians as pawns to create a rift or a wedge between the black community and the Asian community. It's a way to continue to exert power and control, using the struggles and the accomplishments of each groups to pit them against each other. You see it all the time too when people use black excellence, people like Oprah or LeBron James to show, or Obama as president to show that, oh, black people are capable and they have plenty of opportunity in America.
America got less racist and the blacks got poorer because we started to subsidize single motherhood and pandering to blacks, saying, you do not need to stay around with the women you're pregnant.
America did not get less racist. It just became more subtle and covert in the way it expressed its racism. But of course, when in doubt, revert back to the victim blaming of black women. That has always been the American way.
So you feel like us as a society has pandered?
Of course we pandered to blacks. They're in every TV commercial. They get more privileges to come into society. They come into every college on preferential with lower test scores.
This is where the inclusivity feels like oppression to white people. Because black people are now being allowed to participate or be allowed space in places in which they were never allowed before. White people feel like they're being discriminated against, or they feel like their piece of the pie is being taken away. He talks about pandering to blacks when he's literally pandering to white supremacy. And the irony of this all is that we always equate black people to criminality or black on black crime, or black people to low test scores, low IQs, getting a free pass in college. But what about them legacy students in colleges? How come you're not talking about those, Charlie Kirk? How come you don't talk about the legacy students who get a free pass based on their familial relationships with alumni of these prestigious universities, or donors of these prestigious universities? And these same exact people will sit here and tell you that there is no white privilege when he just associated black privilege with being in commercials and being accepted in universities. What group of people, historically speaking, has been the only group of people that have been allowed to participate in these activities that he just mentioned? But white privilege isn't real.
You can't ever say anything negative. You can lose your job. You will have your entire life obliterated if you say something racist. And yet we have to hear about how racist we are. How about you take responsibility for your own actions instead of blaming the white man?
You literally just spouted over 1.5 minutes of non-stop racism. You have over 2.4 million followers. You've made your entire career from racism. Being a racist is the reason why you have a job and a platform. It is the reason why you have that many followers. You've never had to take responsibility for anything in your life. But you have the audacity to tell a young black student to just take responsibility. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps and get it together. And to all my fellow white Americans out there, this is the classic textbook reason why we are on the receiving end of so much black anger, because we have right-wing propagandists spouting hateful rhetoric such as this that continues to cause black pain. Reparations is not about us owing black people. It's about holding the United States government to the same level of accountability that we are trying to hold every other demographic of people to in this country.
I believe in reparations for people.
So
in a
white man, have to play for black people. Why?
That's a really selfish thing you
No,
just said.
hold on. Why should I
That's a really non-empathetic thing to
Wait,
say.
why should I have
Not
empathy
caring
for a
about
race?
people.
How is it the white man's fault that black men started to abandon
It's
women?
a bigger
not.
problem.
No,
Socially.
blacks need to take responsibility for the women that they impregnate. America got less racist and the blacks got poorer because we started to subsidize single motherhood and pandering to blacks, saying you do not need to stay around
If
with
you're
the women you
pandering,
impregnate.
so you feel like us as a society has pandered.
Of course we pander to blacks. They're in every TV commercial. They get more privileges to come into society. They come into every college on preferential with lower test scores. You can't ever say anything negative, and yet we have to hear about how racist we are. How about you take responsibility for your own actions instead of blaming the white man?
I have to say, sir.
So this is all I got from the stitches, and I have actually done something like this on nceling, but it is from different people. But this is like white man talking to a white man, and I love the fact that they are canceling themselves. But then I keep saying the fact that you are seated out there, I mean Charlie, the fact that he's seated out there talking to black people already is white privilege. And they keep asking, what is white privilege? You all know what you got it. And because you got it, for that reason, you always deny it. Not until there is need for you to use that your privilege. And then you know that there is white privilege. I mean, it really sucks that the kids are actually the ones educating a full-grown man. I mean, a full-grown man. And it is very, okay, like, I am tired of seeing them want to talk about what is going on in black community and all that because they cannot relate. They do not experience the racism black people experience. They know nothing about black experiences and all that. So most times I think that it's no, they got no rights and they are not even qualified to stand out there to talk about black people's ordeal. And all the time, they want to use Asians to gaslight us, right? When they know that them use Asians as pawns against black people. This is also one of the, because he was asking, what of Asians? Are they not minority too? And all that. Are we going, I mean, are black people facing the same thing Asians are facing? No. You all knew what you all did. That's why you all flocked black community with Asian stores, because you all do not want anything to stay in black community. That is how mean you people are. You pay Peter to rob Paul. So in black community, you all set it up. No, we ain't giving black people, we are not never ever giving them loans to start up their own business. Instead, you all use the Asians, you get them loans, and they're all in black community. That's why black dollar do not spend how many in black community. Why are there no Asian stores in your own community? You all do not want them. That's why you push them straight away to our community. And then you have the nerves to come out to say that our black people and Asia, why is it that Asians are not complaining when you all are using them? The reality is that most of them are waking up already to know that you all are using them. I mean, using each other. You are using them against black people. They are finding out and they are already standing up for themselves. And each time the reparation comes up, you all have one bullshit to talk about when you actually know nothing about. And you think you all ain't going to pay for that reparations eventually. You all are definitely going to pay for it. I really don't have a lot to say about Charlie because he is already a loser. This is where I am going to draw the curtain. Thank you so much for the support. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.